Hey everyone, welcome back to Smell the Roses Reactions. I'm Raquel Rose, and today we've got three stories blowing up online that you cannot miss. First, Jasmine Crockett. She's back in the headlines after the shooting death of her former bodyguard, and the internet is buzzing over whether she's going to publicly address it. Then we've got Michael B. Jordan. He just won his first Oscar, and people are talking not only about his Hollywood rise, but also how his messy breakup with Lori Harvey is adding fuel to the gossip fire online. And if that's not enough, guys, the US is currently facing megastorms, tornadoes, and floods. And the clips circulating online are just insane. We're breaking all three stories down here, giving you my reactions, hot takes, and everything trending that you need to know. So grab your coffee, get comfy, and let's smell the roses together. Okay, let's talk about the breaking story involving Jasmine Crockett that's getting blown up online right now. Recently, a man who worked as part of Crockett's security detail was shot and killed by a Dallas SWAT team after a standoff in a hospital parking garage. Police say he barricaded himself in a vehicle and pointed a gun at officers before they opened fire. Officials also say he was wanted on a warrant for impersonating a law enforcement officer and had a long history using aliases, even running a security related business. People online are losing their minds because at some point this individual worked on Crockett's security detail, including at events during her recent campaign appearances. Here's the key part. Crockett's office has not publicly commented on this incident yet. There's literally no official statement from her confirming or explaining it. Reporters have reached out, but so far, no response has been released. Now, let me break it down. Some social posts are questioning how someone with this kind of background was ever hired in the first place. Others are speculating about political motives, and a lot of people are reacting to the silence from Crockett's camp. My take, I think this raises a lot of questions about vetting and accountability, and it's understandable why public wants answers. So until Crockett herself speaks on it, all we have are reports and rumors circulating. That's the story so far. And trust me, that internet isn't done talking about it. I've got an article pulled up here that was recently updated on the 14th. And it says a man shot and killed by Dallas police earlier this week was a familiar figure in North Texas law enforcement and part of the security detail of U.S. House Representative Jasmine Crockett, sources told CBS News Texas. On Saturday, sources identified the man as 39-year-old Damon Mazzari Robinson. Now, remember, on Saturday when I first reported this, his name was Mike, okay? He was publicly using the alias Mike King, see? And had been using aliases while running a business that placed officers in off-duty jobs. Robinson was killed Wednesday night after a standoff with Dallas police SWAT officers. Police said he fled into a hospital parking garage, barricaded himself inside the vehicle, and was forced out by tear gas before pulling a gun on officers. Sources said he was subject of a federal investigation in which he was wanted for impersonating a law enforcement officer. Just wild, right? But it gets deeper. CBS News Texas has been researching Robinson's criminal history, which includes 7 arrests for theft in Dallas, Duncanville, Irving, Dallas County, and by the Texas Department of Public Safety. All of the arrests were between 2009 and 2012 and include misdemeanor and felony charges. It appears his sentences for those convictions, which he pled guilty to all, led only to fines no more than $2,500 and sentences of probation from 1 to 5 years, and in one case, 10 years. This is a picture of Robinson here. It says, despite that criminal background, sources said Robinson was able to forge a new identity as Mike King, where he not only became a prominent figure as a security officer for Representative Crockett while in office and during her recent U.S. Senate campaign, sources said the convicted felon was also able to run a business placing North Texas law enforcement officers in off-duty jobs through his business called Off-Duty Police Services. Wow. Some of those officers told CBS News Texas that Robinson, who they know as Mike King, told him he was a detective with U.S. Capitol Police, which may have led to the federal investigation that resulted in the hunt for him this week. Wild. So it says, images obtained by CBS News Texas show Robinson standing close to Crockett at events and on the campaign trail during her recent run for U.S. Senate seat. Sources said he oversaw teams of security officers at several downtown Dallas hotels and at his church. Law enforcement sources also said Robinson drove a replica undercover police vehicle and used license plates stolen from cars outside a military recruiting office. Sources said Robinson was also using law enforcement officer placement service to promote security jobs for the upcoming FIFA World Cup games in DFW for $90 an hour. His criminal background raises questions about how he managed extra duty jobs for police officers and secured a high-level security role for a sitting member of Congress. Documents obtained by CBS News Texas show a person named Mike King received payments for security services from Crockett as recently as last year. One payment was for $340, but it's unclear how he was hired and how much he was earning as one of her primary security officers. Crockett's staff told CBS News Texas it's waiting for more information before answering questions. The Dallas Police Department is also not commenting at this time. I just can't believe this. CBS News Texas has also contacted U.S. Capitol Police about whether Robinson was ever subjected to a criminal background check, but have not received a response. That's wild. Didn't I tell y'all on Saturday that we all have to undergo a very lengthy background investigation where we get assigned FBI agents to conduct our security clearances? So it's wild that he was doing all of this for a sitting member of Congress. Absolutely wild. More to come. Now, let's talk about Michael B. Jordan, the Hollywood star who's been trending hard lately. People are buzzing about his career rise, award recognition, and overall mainstream influence. After huge roles in films like Creed and Black Panther, and now serious awards talk, the internet is calling this a major Hollywood moment. Okay, so let's get into this before we talk about what the internet is going crazy over. Okay, so Michael B. Jordan wins Best Actor Best Actor Oscar, beating out Kylie Jenner's boyfriend, Timothy Chalamet. Good, good, good. Okay. That's what you get for working with Woody Allen, Timothy. Tisk, tisk. Anyway, NBC News reports that Jordan starred in a double role as the twin brothers Smoke and Stack in Sinners, a favorite at the box office and among Oscar voters. The film won 4 awards Sunday night at the 98th Academy Awards in a monumental night for its cast, crew, and director Ryan Coogler. Though it lost out in the Best Picture category to fellow Warner Brothers film One Battle After Another, it was still a successful evening for Coogler, who also wrote Sinners and took home the Oscar for Best Original Screenplay. Jordan and Coogler have emerged in recent years as one of Hollywood's most prolific duos and now have the hardware to show for it. In his speech, Jordan said he was honored to call Coogler a collaborator and a friend. He also thanked Coogler for giving him an opportunity and space for me to be seen. I love you too, bro. Very cute, very cute, very proud of him. Such a cutie. Jordan got a standing ovation as he took the stage to accept Best Actor, and he began his speech by shouting out his mom as well as his dad, who he said flew in from Ghana to see him win an Academy Award. I didn't know his father was from Ghana. Also, he also thanked Warner Brothers Studios and co-CEOs Michael DeLuca and Pamela Abdi for believing in his dream, this vision of Ryan Coogler, and betting on the culture and betting on original ideas and history and original artistry. Sorry about that, guys. That was a little tongue twister for me. Jordan beat out Timothy Chalamet for Marty Supreme, Leo DiCaprio for One Battle After Another, Ethan Hawke for Blue Moon, and Wagner Moura for The Secret Agent. The competition was seen as neck and neck. Chalamet, Hawke, and Moura all would have been the first-time winners in the category. Sinners, an actor thriller extravaganza, sets Jordan's actors on two sides of the vampire apocalypse in Mississippi during the 1930s and the new Jim Crow era. One must fight off monsters while the other has been turned. Wow. I actually never saw Sinners. Don't cancel me yet. Jordan's breakout role came in his teenage years by way of the HBO series The Wire. He later joined the cast of NBC's Friday Night Lights for 2 seasons. Jordan's first major role on the big screen was in Fruitvale Station. I did see that. Very good movie, which was also Coogler's first big film. Oh, I didn't realize that Coogler also did Fruitvale Station. That's pretty deep. Wow. Good for them too. That makes the win all much more, nostalgic and just remarkable to me. He rose to international fame in 2018's Black Panther and cemented himself as a star with the movie sequel Wakanda Forever. Jordan also stars in Creed movies, and Coogler has directed all of Jordan's recent hits. Very cool. Very, very cool. It's like they have a great chemistry together and it just keeps working. I hope that they continue to make great films together. So that's it. That's all I'm gonna read from now. I'm gonna get into what the internet is buzzing about, because although Although he's getting all this attention for his new recent Oscar, there's another layer that's catching attention online, and that's his past relationship with Lori Harvey. People are speculating that she might have some regret in having such a messy public breakup with him. Because remember, a while back, she was doing all that, subliminal shade towards Michael. And you know how the internet is, sites and forums are speculating nonstop, especially red pill spaces. We're going to hear a lot about this week. Certain comment sections and some Twitter X threads are basically saying things like Lori must be watching this and regretting it, or this is giving classic she lost out energy, right? Like saying basically she messed up when she traded Michael B. Jordan in for whoever she's dating right now. Whether you believe that stuff or not, it's getting a lot of engagement. Far more than just talk about his career alone. People are using it to discuss post-breakup reactions, social expectations, and who wins after a split. Clearly, Michael B. Jordan is winning right now, and Lori is losing. Sorry, Lori. Now, let me break it down. First, Michael B. Jordan isn't just a celebrity, he's become a symbol of long term growth in Hollywood. And second, the online reaction about Lori Harvey feeling a certain way is a classic example of how social media turns personal history into public narrative. Some folks are rooting for him, others are dragging the drama back into the spotlight. And that's just a part of why his name is everywhere right now. My take on this is I think people love a story they can project onto. But at the end of the day, celebrity relationships are private. We really don't know what the hell is going on. And speculation, especially from edgy internet spaces, kind of like the one we're in right now, often says more about the commentators than the people involved, right? We see that with the whole Mika, Anton, Jazz panel debacle, right? People are dredging things up from the past and rehashing them, and it's just making its way through the internet like a firestorm. Either way, this combination, career momentum plus messy ex chatter, is fueling a ton of online buzz right now. So stay tuned. And now let's talk about extreme weather, because people are losing their minds over this. Across the US, we're seeing megastorms, tornadoes, flooding, you name it. Some of these storms have caused road closures, power outages, and major disruptions. Here's the thing, this isn't just random chaos. Experts are saying that climate change is making these storms more frequent and more severe, and online people are sharing videos like crazy: cars stuck in water, trees down, and communities scrambling to prepare. Let's look at this article here from the Weather Channel, which is basically, it says here, dangerous winds and possible tornadoes threatening tens of millions as severe storms move east. I'm dropping this video early because here in Georgia, I woke up to a tornado warning, okay? It says in this article, from West Virginia to Alabama, about 60 million people are starting Monday under a severe weather threat. Storms in the east are bringing damaging winds and possible tornadoes. We're already seeing reports of downed trees and power lines and damage to homes and other buildings. This all comes after an unusual patchwork of severe weather across the US throughout everything but the kitchen sink. So, in the Midwest, roads became impassable as water storm brought heavy record-setting snow to parts of Wisconsin and Michigan. Later, a tornado threat moved into much of the Ohio River Valley and southeast as the risk of severe storms lingered into the evening. This is getting serious, guys. A major heat wave pushed temperatures near 100 degrees in the Southwest. Across the plains, powerful winds with gusts up to 70 miles per hour fueled extremely dangerous fire conditions and turned deadly in Nebraska. And in Hawaii, an atmospheric river dumped heavy rain, causing flooding and leaving thousands without power. More than 545,000 customers were without power across the country Monday morning, according to Power Outage US. The bulk of these outages were in Michigan, where more than 115,000 homes and businesses did not have electricity. This social media post from a storm chaser in Michigan shows you why. It says, from Michigan Storm Chaser, entire trees are beginning to arc over under the stress of the ice accretion across northern Michigan this morning. Here's one of those trees pictured in Alcona County a short while ago, courtesy of Emily D. Time of Emily D. Time of post is 2:37 a.m. and this was 3:16. So that's today, right? Yeah, today. Yeah. Look at this tree. Look at the ice. I mean, it's beautiful, but it's so dangerous because it's hanging over a road. And I pray for everyone out there. There have been more than 300 reports of severe weather since Sunday afternoon, and weather.com senior meteorologist Jonathan Erdman says most of those reports involve wind damage. I mean, winds up to 70 miles per hour are pretty treacherous. So I'm going to drop the link to this post in the description, so that you all can come back and read it. But, I feel like this is like super freaking serious. It's one thing to watch it on TV, but when you see the scale of destruction, it hits really differently. So I pray for all of you out there, because I know you all watching me are in all different parts of the country. And if you're a creator, it's a hot topic of conversation because people want information, updates, and commentary, and we might not be able to give it because if our power is out or our internet is down, we aren't able to stream. So now the social media angle, people are debating who's responsible, from government planning to climate policy, and even questioning if we're prepared for this new reality of global warming. It's a mix of fear and outrage and viral clips. So it's definitely trending and something that affects everyone in real life, not just like online. Okay. So this is something we all need to take heed of and, watch out for. Sad. So there you have it, guys. Jasmine Crockett is still stirring controversy, even though she lost. Michael B. Jordan is taking Hollywood by storm because he won an Oscar, 4 actually, and extreme weather is shaking the entire nation. Which story do you think is the biggest right now? I want you all to comment below because I care about hearing your thoughts. If you like this reaction, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a daily dose of Smell the Roses. I'll be back later on tonight with more hot topics and my reactions. Until then, keep your eyes open, your opinions ready, and as always, my friends, smell the roses. Bye-bye.